Barack Hussein Obama II, formerly known as President Obama, our 44th president. He was born August 4th, 1961. He's a Leo, and that makes him a fire sign. The sign Leo begins from July 23rd and ends on August 23rd. Barack Obama being a Leo, that means he's fixed. Meaning at times he definitely can be very stubborn, but also he's very decisive. So when there's a particular agenda, goal in mind, you know he's definitely gonna execute it and get the job done to the fullest. Being that Barack Obama's a fire sign, he's also compatible with other fire signs, which are Sagittarius and Aries, but he's also compatible with Leos. But with the Leo and Leo dynamic, there's gonna be times where they bump heads. Cause you know with that Leo mentality, you know they have that king-like mentality where they wanna rule that kingdom. So you know there can't be two kings from one kingdom. So you see that dynamic where that could happen. Also, with Barack Obama being a fire sign, he's also compatible with air signs, which are Geminis, Aquarius, and Libras. But hold up, Juniors, what about Michelle Obama was born January 17, 1964. She's a Capricorn, and that makes it an Earth sign. Earth signs are compatible with other Earth signs, which are Taurus and Virgos. They're also compatible with water signs, which are Scorpios, Pisces, and Cancers. The sign Capricorn begins December 22nd and it ends on January 20th. I know what you're thinking. Based on what I said earlier about the elements and their compatibilities, you see that Barack Obama being a fire sign, her being an earth sign, Michelle Obama, you see that fire and earth, they don't mix. But you see within their relationship, how long it's lasting, the longevity of it. And that's what we're about to get into right now. You see, one thing I realized with Michelle Obama and her being a Capricorn is that she has cardinal qualities about her. Meaning that she can be very ambitious, you know, she's self-motivated. She has leadership qualities about her. She's an initiator. So, you know, when she sees a Barack Obama, she sees this man in front of him who's a Leo. And you know, of Leos, the symbol that represents them is the lion. And you know the one thing about the lion, what they represent, right? They're the king of the jungle, baby. So how can she not fall for him? You gotta realize Michelle Obama, she's ruled by one of the oldest planets, which is Saturn. And Saturn, you know, has a very strong masculine energy about it and a lot of wisdom that it possesses, which you can definitely see with Michelle Obama, right? She's very smart, very wise. But also with this masculine energy, female Capricorns, they could be very bossy. So it takes a particular man to be able to handle them. And it takes a particular man for them to be attracted to because of these qualities. And luckily for her, she found the perfect candidate, Barack Obama. Leos are very protective. Remember I said, they're the king of the jungle. So Michelle Obama, she's gonna see that quality within him, that's just that aura, that presence. And also, if Barack Obama being a Leo, that's fixed. And with fixed signs, they put their foot down and that's that, once they say something. And no matter what Michelle Obama may say and do it, whatever, and she can be bossy all she wants, when he says no, and that's his no is his no. And that's something she's gonna be like, oh, she's gonna be taken by like, all right, let me fall back and let him handle his business. Of course, she's probably gonna be taken back a little bit by it, but eventually she's gonna be more and more drawn to it and fall in love with that decisive nature that he has within himself, you know? And also, another thing you gotta realize, Barack Obama, with him being a Leo, he's very knowledgeable. Leos are very knowledgeable. They're always thirsty, always trying to search for knowledge. And that's great for Michelle Obama, her being a Capricorn, because Capricorns are very studious, you know, they like to read a lot, you know, they like to be in that moment, in the downtime. You know, they're always looking for something more in depth. So with the both of them, you know, having that in common, and you gotta remember, they both got into law, right? They're both into politics, and there's a lot to talk about within those two kind of topics. So it's great for the both of them to have that communication aspect, which is great for the relationship and the marriage. Communication is very dominant when it comes to relationships and the success of it. So it's a great compliment. And you know, Capricorns, I know I said that sometimes they can be very tough, very rigid, bossy like. But one thing about Capricorn women, they're very sweet. They have a big heart, you know, and they're very family oriented as well. And her being attracted to Barack Obama, you can see this because Barack Obama, him being a Leo, remember, he's ruled by the sun. And you know, with the sun, what it expresses light, it shines, it's warm, it has a lot of love within it. And with Leos, they have a lot of sympathy, so that's something that she's gonna be very drawn to, you know. And also, with Leos, they have this kid-like nature about them. You know, when they know how to be a child and, you know, have fun with kids, they love kids a lot. So with her being a Capricorn, Capricorn loving the family aspect and wanting kids, It's great, and you know, all of that she definitely saw and considered when they got together. Michelle Obama being an earth sign, you know, she could be materialistic because earth signs are known for being materialistic. And sometimes when they go after a particular man, like Virgos or Capricorns, or female, vice versa, right, with gender, they're trying to go after this particular person that has a particular title, like a particular accolade, indoctrinated into something like a doctor or a lawyer. You know, that's like their kind of thing. That's what they want. But sometimes with Capricorns, though, don't actually overlook that for love. You know what I mean? And if they actually see a quality from somebody and they see that person's loving, but at the same time they're hardworking and they're still self-determined, even though they're not making a lot of money, they'll still go for that man and they'll try to push them and, you know, try to make them better. And you can see that when she met Barack Obama. You know, Barack Obama, I don't think he finished law school yet. But nonetheless, you know, she was confident and she knew who she had in the pocket. So she just stuck in, held on, and, you know, the rest is history. Also, Michelle Obama, she's born January 17. From 17 to 22, that's right off the cusp, where it transitions to Aquarius. So because of this, you know, she has the air quality also, duality between the earth and air. And the air quality is attracted to that fire nature from Barack Obama, which also keeps their marriage solidified also, because air and fire complement each other very well, especially Aquarius and Leos. It's really good that she has this air quality, because if it was just pure earth like the Capricorn, you know, like I said, that rigidness, you know, sometimes her mouth, if they get to like arguments, it could be very like hard on Barack Obama and he could react a certain way because, you know, he's a Leo, the lion, if they get upset. But with her having that air quality, the Aquarius nature in her, Aquarius, they know how to approach the fire sign. And when they talk to them, it's very soothing, where they know their temperance, where they never make them react. I'm sure Michelle Obama, she plays with this duality a lot, you know? And also another thing, you gotta remember, her being an earth sign, him being fire, one thing that's very special, that's very unique, even though they're incompatible in elements, is that fire signs, sometimes they could be all over the place. But he's a Leo, so Leo's a little bit, they're fixed, so they're a little bit more stable. But still, sometimes with their thoughts, they could be here and there, very distracted. But earth signs, not them, they're more focused, you know, more stable, more practical. So in a way, her earth stables his fire. So in a way, he could be more structured, more concrete, more solidified, and not be all over the place with his mind and his thought process. So it's a great compliment in that aspect. And one thing that I found very interesting, discovered, is that Barack Obama, remember, he's born in August, the 8th month. And with the number 8, remember, the number 8 in numerology is ruled by the Capricorn. So Michelle Obama being a Capricorn, she automatically, you know, gravitates towards that frequency. And this is why sometimes you'll see Capricorns are with Leos, because the 8 is ruled by Capricorn, so that frequency is right there. And also, that's another reason why sometimes there's a complement with Leos and Scorpios, even though Leo and Scorpios are not compatible. The water and the fire is not compatible. Sometimes they're drawn by that energy too, because Capricorns and Scorpios are very compatible with each other. So Scorpios can sometimes be attracted to that 8 frequency in the Leo, especially when the Leo is very stable and solid and grounded and consistent and successful. Hence, it's probably why his vice president was Joe Biden, who's a Scorpio. But of course, not everything's gonna be all sweet and dandy in the relationship. You know, there's always hiccups, right? And you gotta realize, you know, Michelle Obama being a Capricorn, like I was saying, they could be very rugged, very tough. And that could kind of trigger Barack Obama, because, you know, fire signs, they tend to get, you know, upset really quickly. You know, it's fire, they just agitate very fast. So, you know, she has to watch her verb with that. And also Barack Obama, you know, he has to watch his agitation not to react so fast as well to her language and how she says certain things. You know, sometimes it's just within their nature, they don't realize it's not anything intentional. Which I'm sure they definitely figured out being a couple, right? They've been together for all this time. And also another thing you gotta realize with Barack Obama being a Leo, you know, the Leos, you know, represent the lion. And the one thing about the male lion, what is it, you know? They're known for being very lazy. So I'm sure there's times where Barack Obama could be very lazy. I mean, he's not that lazy because he was our president, so he has to go here and there. But behind closed doors, I'm sure Michelle Obama's like, yo, Barack, can you do something for me? And Barack's like, I don't feel like doing it. It's like, they're so freaking lazy, gosh, you know? So that's something that may agitate her being a Capricorn, having all that energy within herself. And also, one thing they definitely gotta work on is their pride. Because you gotta realize, Capricorns, they have like this elitist mentality. And with Michelle Obama being off the cusp with Aquarius, the negative aspect about them, they have like this godlike mentality where they feel they know everything. And Barack Obama being a Leo, he's very prideful, very knowledgeable, right? So you can see like these personas, this characteristics collide and shake everything up and ruffle things. So that's something they definitely gotta be careful for. And also Barack Obama being a fire sign, he could probably be a little messy, being that fire signs all over the place. And her being a Capricorn, she could be meticulous and very clean, so that could agitate her, like her having to pick up after him. Her having to pick up after him and all that stuff. And with Barack Obama being a fire sign, fire signs are always moving, they're very fast. And when he accomplishes something, he'll accomplish something and move on to the next thing. But Capricorns, on the other hand, Michelle Obama, she's gonna move very slow paced, climbing to the top. She'll eventually accomplish what she needs to do. But it's just at a very slow, it's just gonna be at a slower pace. So this could sometimes agitate Barack Obama when they're trying to get something done. Like maybe something personal, and it's like, all right, for sure, you're taking forever. Can you hurry up a little bit? But maybe it might not be too much agitation because remember, she's off the cusp with the air quality of Aquarius. So she probably moves a little faster than a Capricorn born earlier within that month. But overall though, based on everything I said about their signs, you see why they're very compatible. And also, one last thing I forgot to mention, which is really important, which I just realized while recording this, is Michelle Obama, remember, she's born in the first month of January, the number 1. And the number 1 is ruled by Leo. So again, remember I said like the 8 is ruled by Capricorn, so the 1 is ruled by Leo. So Barack Obama is also drawn by that Capricorn energy, so it's vice versa. Simultaneously, it goes both ways. So, you see how it all comes together, right? Thank you guys for being here with me at the moment on The Star on You. It's your boy Junis. I really appreciate it. Please subscribe, like the page, and share with others. There's definitely gonna be more to Barack Obama and Michelle. You better believe that. We're gonna get into the birth date and the life path, which is really interesting when I did everything together. So we're gonna talk about that. Stay tuned to part 2. Remember always, guys, let your inner light shine. Shout out to everyone that checked out my video today. Shout out to Barack Obama and Michelle Obama. Happy Valentine's Day, but still, we gotta keep it a buck. Let's go. Yo, burn through the darkness, these streets so heartless. No peace like our test, yeah the trees like horse shit. Whippers like Porsches, walk around look like corpses. No love for the poorest, Henny we pour this for the ones rest in darkness. But the rise like Oris, mama told me, son you look exhausted. But my heart can't forfeit, ridden the orbit. Shooting from the starlit sight, get sorted or bull like Taurus. Can't ignore no pens recorded. Shot in store from the brain, then pour it. Hip hop dead, whack dudes aborted. Won't be the first or last to restore it. Drop me water, but watch out yours rip. Chop my wings, falling dip, covered in dirt, but a diamond gorgeous. Dusted off, thinking I'll be like shit. Smell my armpits when I soak my hands up high. Bright or not, touch that sky, lightning strike, let it fry, electrify, absorb. Watch a phoenix rise.